Joining us today is Jason Ronald, who's the Director of Program Management for Xbox Series X. Jason, great to see you.
Great to see you too, Larry.
Now, we had a lot of news recently about Xbox Series X. We talked about a lot of different things. Can you kind of go over quickly what they were?
Sure. So it was an exciting time because we finally revealed the full technical specifications of the Xbox Series X and provided insight into some of the key innovations powering the next generation of gaming. Xbox Series X is our fastest, most powerful console ever, powered by our custom designed processor built in partnership with AMD, leveraging the latest RDNA 2 and Zen 2 architectures. And we really designed the system to deliver consistent, sustained performance never seen before in a game console. And we really designed it to have the optimal speed balance of power and speed in console design. And it's ultimately about enabling transformative gaming experiences you've never seen before in the living room.
Now, we heard about things like ray tracing and variable rate shading. What does that mean for gamers?
So ray tracing has always been the holy grail of computer graphics. But we've never had the power to actually do it in real time. So we added a custom hardware to be able to do hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing, which is really about delivering higher fidelity visuals, more immersive environments, things like better lighting, shadows, reflections off water and glass. And you can use the exact same techniques for 3D spatial audio so that you get a much more immersive experience. You mentioned variable rate shading. Variable rate shading is really about delivering new levels of performance and efficiency to developers so that they can go well beyond the raw power of the box itself, because they can be more precise about where they choose to spend graphics power in different parts of the scene without reducing the overall visual quality. And then on the audio side, we developed a custom hardware audio block so that we could actually offload that work from the CPU. And that means that you're going to get a much richer audio experience. But because we've offloaded it from the CPU, that means you're going to have more complex AI, better animation, more denser, richer worlds. Then you look at something like Quick Resume. Quick Resume is actually built on top of the Xbox Velocity architecture, which actually just really allows players to jump in and jump out of experiences very quickly and pick up exactly where they left off. And, somebody who's been using this for the last couple months, it's really transformed how I actually play games. And it's such a great experience. And to be honest, it's really hard to go back and play games without using these new capabilities that the new hardware is enabling.
All right, I've heard this thing called Xbox Velocity architecture. What is that, and what is it going to mean to gamers?
The Xbox Velocity architecture is really defined by four major components. First is the custom designed NVMe SSD, and it's going to deliver levels of performance you've never seen in console gaming before. The next is we have a dedicated hardware decompression block so that we can take those assets and expand them so that developers have direct access to them in real time so that you get much more dense worlds, richer textures, more dynamic environments. The next thing is we actually have a new member of the DirectX family called Direct Storage, which is a brand new API that gives developers direct low-level access to the NVMe controller. And then finally, we have a new feature called Sampler Feedback Streaming, which actually allows developers to on-demand request data from the solid-state storage drive, and that acts as a memory multiplier. So when you think about these large open world games like a Red Dead Redemption 2 or an Assassin's Creed Odyssey, we wanted the technology to fade into the background so that players just get that really rich, dynamic, immersive environment, unlike what you've ever seen in previous generations.
Jason, can you tell us a little bit more about the storage options available for Xbox Series X, including what this is?
Sure. So what you just held up was the 1 terabyte Seagate storage expansion card for Xbox Series X that we've developed in partnership with Seagate. And that matches the internal performance exactly. And it's all about sustained performance. So if a game takes full advantage of the Xbox Velocity architecture, that same game can live on the internal storage or it can live on that external expanded storage card, and you'll get the exact same performance. But at the same time, too, we know plenty of people have existing USB hard drives. And we want to make it as easy as possible. So you can easily just take the existing external hard drive that you have, unplug it from your current console, plug it into your Xbox Series X, and all your games are instantly available to you. And you can continue to run all those games directly off that external drive. So once again, we're really focused on giving as many options as possible because we know storage is critically important for gamers who have plenty of games that they love playing.
Thanks, Jason. Now I want to be super clear about what Jason just said. You can always take your Xbox One games and play them directly off your external hard drive when connected to Xbox Series X. Now for Xbox Series X games, you can certainly store them on your external hard drive, but when you're ready to play them, you're going to want to move them to the internal SSD or the Seagate expansion drive right here. It's that simple. Anything else you'd like to share before I let you go?
Honestly, from the team, we're just really excited to get this out into players' hands later this year. You know, we're going to be delivering 4 generations of content. Thousands of games will be available on day one. And we're really excited by what developers are doing right now to build new games for the Xbox Series X. So we're excited to ship it later this year.
Jason Ronald, Director of Program Management for Xbox Series X. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Larry.